going to a concert, CAT EXPO. I don't know where I am, outside of Bangkok, but I've just passed all the ATK tests. Very good setup, very efficient at the front gate. It's about 4 stages set up today, so I've got an open mind. It's all showcasing all the Thai talent, all the Thai bands, new up and coming bands, so let's see how it all goes. Been to a few festivals in my time, so my strategy for when I arrive is trying to work out where everything is and then get a beer. So I'm going to use the same principles right now. One thing about Thai performers, they love to talk and also crack a few jokes with some funny sound effects as well. It seems to be a feature, lots of talking in between songs.
ไม่รู้บอกเพื่อนที่หลังแห่มาดูไอ้นี่เพื่อนเนี่ยตีเปื่อยหมดแล้วเอาง่ายเลยเอาง่าย
Really good setup here. They've got the food court, beer tents, loads of people too. I mean, they're following a lot of COVID safety protocols as well. That's why you'll see all the white chairs, so people can socially distance and people don't jump up and down and breathe too heavily on each other. But it's a really good vibe. I'm very impressed with this. It's a 2-day festival. I've only come the 2nd day, but so far I'm really impressed. It's great vibe, great event. So the event is in an old theme park, an unused theme park. It's actually pretty good setting because it's not super old, but it does give that kind of a Scooby-Doo vibe that we're at the old fairground and we're going to catch the criminal. But it's actually set up really good for a festival because there's lots of different park areas where they can set up stages. There's 4 stages and I'm cruising around here now and I've just found the food, another food. So there's 2 food court areas. Oh, very impressed. There's another, I'm going to head there now. It's another area where they've got lots of merchandise from all the bands and the radio companies, record companies here in Thailand. So I'm going to go and have a look at that now. So to provide some context, it's called the CAT EXPO, and it's because CAT Radio is who puts on this event. So that's why it's called the CAT EXPO. Yeah, so there's loads of booths here set up. They've got actually like meet and greet places for bands and for some of the performing artists. There's actually some really cool merchandise. I know hardly anyone here of the artists, so I'm actually determined to buy some merch. So I'm going to buy it purely on style and artistic merit. But there's loads to choose from here. It goes for about, I'll show you. So here's the start, and it would be about 150 meters. And the booths are set up side by side, so that's pretty cool. As a youngster, I used to spend loads of time, hours and hours in record shops, looking through albums and CDs and merchandise and stuff. So those kind of shops don't really exist anymore in this digital age. So it's nice to actually kind of browse around and have a look at some of the band merchandise. Actually bringing back a lot of memories here. I used to play in a band, so I know what it's like sitting at a merchandise stall trying to sell a CD or a t-shirt or a poster. But not only that, the whole process of creating the t-shirt, designing the t-shirt, the CDs as well, recording the music. I tell you what, it's a booth set up, but the amount of hours and energy that's gone in, the creative juices that have been flowing to get these things done, blood, sweat and tears. I can't help but appreciate the effort they've all gone to, because I know what it's like. I've been in their shoes. One other funny feeling I get is when I kind of like make eye contact, they're like, oh, we've got a potential sale, or he likes our music. Sad thing is, I've just arrived, I've seen one band, so I might have to pretend I like them, because I want to make them feel good. I know what it's like in their shoes.
ตอนนี้ฟ้าก็เริ่มขึ้นแล้วนะครับจะมีจะสว่างและแน่นอนครับตอนนี้เราจะมี
สวัสดีค่ะมินมินค่ะสวัสดีค่ะเพนเค้กค่ะ
BNK48, which is an old girl group, and they've got all the outfits on. It reminds me of some of the groups I've seen from Japan. But after this band is Greasy Cafe. So I'm going to check them out. So the girl band just finished and Greasy Cafe are about to start. I'm actually looking for a bit more rock music. There's a lot of smooth music that I've seen so far. So I'm in the mood for a bit of rock. That's what I kind of like, alternative indie rock. But the other thing is I'm set up quite conveniently here near the beer tent. So I've got a good seat, readily available supply of beer. It is starting to rain a little bit, so might have to get the old rain counter that soon. Nonetheless, still having a good time. So I've had some success. I've found myself 2 t-shirts. Both are actually Chiang Mai bands, so supporting the Chiang Mai artists there. Anyway, while I was buying the shirts, I actually got a few tips of bands to check out. I said, you know, I like a bit more indie and I like a bit more rock. What should I see? So I've been recommended TELEX, and it was I think it was this guy after the Greasy Cafe. So I'll head down to stage 1 and check out these two acts. But there's a bit of Thai kind of folk rock going on at the moment, so I might wander over that way, get my dose of Thai folk rock, and then head down to Greasy Cafe and the second band, and then also see TELEXs. So it's nice to have a little bit of inside information. I'm not flying blind anymore. I've got a bit more of a purpose. But I can tick off the list. I've got myself some merch, so I'm a happy man, and I've made a few new friends in the booth. They're so happy. It's indie artists. They're so happy to have somebody turn up and talk to them about their music. As I said, I know what it's like trying to sell merch. If someone even just looks your way, it's like, oh, they're interested. I think they're interested. Let's smile and wave. So it's nice to support the local indie artists. I really like it.
I just want fan youได้บ่ได้บ่น้องแม่แก้มปันวันไ
SINGTO NUMCHOK the best so far. That song was cool, and that song was so good. It's been a little bit of rain, but it's actually just cooled things down. Fortunately, it wasn't too heavy, so it's still everyone's still enjoying themselves. Now it's that time of the night too where the booze is flowing, and while I was enjoying that last band, I did smell the waft of the jazz cigarettes. So it's party atmosphere now. Damn it, I heard some heavy music, really heavy, like full-on rock, like hard rock. By the time I walked to this stage, it finished, and now there's some smooth, kind of sickly smooth, kind of romanced kind of music. It's not really my style. Anyway, I'm going to follow my friend's suggestion and go back to stage number 1, because coming up next is just after Greasy Cafe is the band he recommended, so I'm going to go and have a look at that now. Interesting thing about the CAT EXPO is the stages are actually pretty close, so right now I can hear 3 stages, because it is a smallish area. Anyway, there's a band here that caught my eye. They're on stage 5, and their setup looks pretty cool. The lead singer's got the Indian headdress, where I don't know how appropriate that is, but you know what, I'm going to give them a chance. I'm an open-minded kind of guy, and I'm in a very good mood after a few Leos, so I'm going to give them a chance. But I've also spotted a toilet, so I'm going to go to the toilet. Hang on, lights out. Power failure. The east wing, the power's gone out. Dude with a Native American headdress on. I was kind of hoping for a bit more, but it was a bit too smooth. I mean, some people love that, but that's not my cup of tea. I'm not into the sax solo and the soft kind of a jive. I thought he might have been. There's a band called Paradox, who's kind of famous in Thailand. They play kind of heavy music, and they all wear like masks. Also a fan of Tism, and they wear masks as well. So when I saw it, it's like, oh damn it, he's got a costume on. Maybe it's kind of like, you know, the kind of music I like. But I think he was going for more the Jamiroquai kind of a vibe, which I like Jamiroquai, but the slow, soft, smooth Jamiroquai, which is not my cup of tea. Anyway, go to search for something else. The other thing about Jamiroquai, the wannabe Jamiroquai, he was on stage 5, and stage 5 doesn't have any beer tent, so that's a deal breaker for me. When it comes to festivals, I want to sip a couple of beers while I'm enjoying the music. And I've just discovered that there's actually another merchandise area. So another big stretch of merch tents. So it's a short one. It's only about 50 meters long, so I might be able to find another t-shirt or 2 before the night's out. You're wondering why the footage you see is always to the right of stage. That's because that's where the beer tent is. I've got a good view here. I've got the big screen in front of me, but I can also almost reach out and touch the band. This band's good. They're really good. I like them. TELEXS is what they're called. And I think this is going to be rounding off the night for me pretty soon. So I'm going to be concluding here. It's been an excellent festival. I've enjoyed myself immensely, and I'm going to be back next year.
That is real. That's where I'm heading on. Fill my eyes.
that last band was not TELEXS, that's coming up now. That last band was White Lights, a collaboration with some other dude. A bit slow for me, but the crowd's building now, so I think I'm in the right place. TELEX is coming on now. They've got a female singer, and the dudes in the band have got colourful shirts. I've got an open mind, let's see what happens. Wandering off from TELEXS, so really cool. Crowd loved them, really good, really energetic lead singer. She was fantastic. She had the crowd eating out of the palm of her hand. Had a very 80s kind of a vibe, 80s kind of a music style, which is good, real good beats and stuff. I'm just going to do another bit of a wander around, see if there's, you know, that's the problem with the festival. I'm watching TELEXS and I'm thinking, yeah, these guys are good, but is there something else I'm missing out on? So I'm going to do another little wander around. Fortunately, this festival's quite small, so it's easy to wander around. So I'm going to have another look around, but it's also getting to the end of the night as well, so it might be... usually the big bands are on at the end, so I kind of have that feeling. It's like I don't want to miss out on anything, so I'm going to have another wander around now and see what I can find. This festival, of course, it's a feast for the ears, but it's also a feast for the eyes. Like the band that I just saw, they had really cool visuals. They had this koi, this kind of goldfish swimming around, and with a really dark kind of stage setup. So visually on stage, it's actually been fantastic to see the lighting show, but also the digital displays that they've got, as well as the fantastic music. But also the other thing, the thing that you notice in a music festival as well is that visual feast for the eyes with people watching. And there's so many cool people around here, some great fashions, and I saw somebody, this lady was dressed up to the nines. Beautiful nails, really long nails, beautiful dress, makeup, just to perfection. But she also painted on a moustache. So many unique sights here in the festival. That's kind of what makes it good to just wander around and have a look, and not only just enjoy the music, but just enjoy the sights. But again, it's nice this post-pandemic to just see people out and about, people having fun, enjoying themselves. Anyway, it's drawing to a close. I'm going to head home. It's Sunday night and I'm a working man, so I'm going to go home and go to bed. Try and get home. Hang on. No, I'm not. I'm not going home. Something sounds good over here. I'm heading home. I live about 30 minutes away, so I'm also parked about 30 minutes away, so 30 plus 30, it's going to take me about an hour to get home, have a shower, maybe a cup of tea, unwind a bit, put my feet up, and reflect on what has been a fantastic night and afternoon. The best band for me was the, what was his name? All I wanna do is that song, whatever his name is, he was the best for me. But it's been a great afternoon, so I'm gonna book my ticket for next year. Brilliant event. Well done, CAT EXPO, CAT Radio.